I'm a jerk.
I'm a bitch. And this is the Jerk and Bitch Podcast.
Hi, everyone.
Do we know how to do this anymore? I don't think we do. Welcome back to Perky and Quirky. We missed you guys.
It's been a little bit.
So sorry that we just kind of left, like we had to go get milk from the grocery store.
But, just like John. Or we went on a hunting trip and we haven't been back in a few days.
Yeah.
Or months. Ooh, who said that? Who called you out? But
Dean and Sam Winchester.
I don't know if y'all can tell. New set.
Woo!
If you're audio, I don't know if you can hear the new set.
If you're audio, it doesn't matter. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Maybe the sounds a little bit better. Probably not, though.
Wait, fingers crossed.
We'll see. I'm trying.
But yeah, we got like a bookshelf. We got some stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
nighttime lights may not always be like that.
Yeah,
we're just always experimenting in more ways than one. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just evolving.
We're what's that word for always changing?
Changing.
Affluent? No, that's not it. That means rich. Fluid.
Okay, I was like, affluent is like
it means
rich.
Girl, we ain't that. And you know who's also not that? The Winchesters.
Oh my gosh. So
they're rich with character, pizzazz,
crimes,
blood
on their hands.
Exactly.
But yeah, we're here back for the second part of season 1. That's episode 12 to the finale, which is episode 22.
Right.
But yeah, let's just jump in right into faith. Let's take a leap of faith for this episode.
Into faith.
Okay.
I hope your name's not Faith.
If they want us to leap it,
let's leap right in. Leap right in, Faith.
So, the very first monster that we see in this, which is not our monster of the week, do you remember this at all? Like, did this freak you out as much as it freaked me out?
With the beginning of Faith?
Yes.
What was this one?
So they are going down into the basement to save these kids.
Yes, whenever, yeah.
So
it was scary, yeah.
They are fighting a creature called a rawhide. And it is the most grotesque, like, creepy little, like...
It is.
Like, it didn't make a lot of noises, but if it did, it would be like, in the back. And, like, we never see it again.
Uh-huh.
We never fight another rawhide.
Thank God
that we don't fight another rawhide, because that was really fucking disgusting. I did not like it.
Now that you mention it, I think I was trying to bring up a creature earlier that scared me, and I think that was the one.
But
it's so... it doesn't really, pop up in the rest of the episode, because the episode is about... Dean getting electrocuted and then almost dying.
Yeah, because the rawhide you have to electrocute, and so Dean falls into a puddle and tases himself on accident while he tases the monster. But the rawhide is not the main monster of the week.
Right.
But it's also way
scary.
creepier.
Because I just saw weapons.
Yes.
Them going in the basement.
Love weapons.
Right. That's a whole other prod.
Yeah, it's a whole different
other prod. Join on the Patreon. We don't have it yet. But the in weapons, whenever they go down to the basement, won't spoil past that. But there is a monster down there as well.
Yeah.
Of sorts, and that reminded me of this episode.
But
this episode reminded me.
I just wish we had gone to fight this thing as a whole episode. Because
you're right.
It's creepy.
No, it is really creepy.
And I don't think I've seen anything called a rawhide in folklore.
No, it's
or
just
mythology. It's just there to be a freak.
It's kind of stupid as fuck. Honestly, I'm glad that it wasn't. I like the concept of that monster, but the idea of them using a whole episode and re-saying the word rawhide over and over again.
Sammy, we gotta fight the rawhide.
No, Dean would be like, I'm gonna tan that rawhide. He'd get real country with it. Right.
And he was wearing overalls. I don't know if you noticed that. The rawhide was wearing overalls.
I did notice that.
Being a creep.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the episode though. So he gets electrocuted, he gets tased, and then he ends up gives him a heart attack.
Yeah.
Crazy. And just the idea of Dean dying a normal human death. Oh, I bet that rocked him to his core. He doesn't like to show his feelings. Yeah. But I bet that it did.
Which he doesn't in this episode through making jokes about him dying, which makes Sam really uncomfortable.
Right.
But I also think it helps with the season a little bit to show the boys are human.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, like, we are, like, they can die from stuff like this.
This half of the season is very human, like, in regards to the boys, because they encounter a lot of physical problems, but then also a lot of emotional problems. I told Priscilla just a minute ago when we were finishing up, I was like, they are crying, like, every scene, every frame in this episode. Like, the tears are in the eyes.
I do think a part of it is that Jared Padalecki's acting style is jaw clenched, lip quiver, and that's it. No, it doesn't matter what the emotion is. It's like, oh yeah, I can clench my jaw hard enough for that.
We discussed it last time.
I'm like, buddy.
And then Dean's mogging down for the ages.
He's just, Sammy.
I would die literally in front of him if he mogged that. He would kill me with his good looks. Okay, so they're at the hospital and Dean's like, you're not dying. And then Dean says this line where he's like, I'm going to kill that fabric softener teddy bear. I wrote that down because I was like,
I don't even remember that.
He's just watching TV.
Oh.
And he's being funny. He's like laughing off his death. And he's like, I wish I could kill that fabric softener teddy bear. I'm like, what the fuck is your issue?
I don't think it just did a heart attack. I think he might have had a stroke. No, he did. A little bit.
But yeah, so Sam comes up with the idea to take him, or he looks through John's journals and he finds this friend of John's that's a specialist in the healing field. And so he takes him to...
Sorry, I'm taking a sip of squirt. We are not sponsored, but I am taking a sip of squirt.
You don't know what kind of squirt they're sipping right now.
No, I just used the bottle and I put like...
You know what you do in there. Anyways, so they're in, I don't even remember what state they're in. Why do I feel like it's like Utah or something? Because like so religious.
I thought it was Nebraska. I might be wrong, but because they go to Nebraska so often.
Yeah, they do. I don't know why. What the fuck happens in Nebraska besides Dean and Sam come here every day?
I think it's just like there's so much wilderness that's so easy to be like, yeah, it's in fucking Nebraska.
And they just make up towns.
Yeah, we're in Nebraska. Who cares?
But yeah, so they go to the tent revivalist group. Yeah. And there's this person there who says he can work miracles. And all these people come from all around, and they're looking to get healed because they're all sick of some way. Yeah. So they go in the tent, and basically Sam's like trying to get the guy to notice Dean so that he can, or Dean, actually he doesn't even have to get him to notice Dean. Yeah. Dean just does it all by him fucking self because he's so annoying. Yeah. And he's giggles. He's like, this guy. Yeah. This guy over here. He's
freaking comedian on stage. Right, get the worshiper out.
And the guy's like, you, boy, come up here.
Okay. So, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So the reason why he chooses Dean, because Dean gets really frustrated that he's the one who gets chosen because other people have been waiting for months. Right. But he says, God has big plans for you. Mm-hmm. And later on, we do find out that Dean is very important to the apocalypse. Right. And, like, there are a lot of Easter eggs that if you rewatch the show, which I have done, like, 12 times, there are a lot of Easter eggs about, like, specifically Dean and Sam's role. And you get to see it, like, as you rewatch it. It was just, like, a moment of, like, oh, like, that's crazy because he, like, literally actually does. Like, we do know that he is a part of the big plan, and, like, he is one of the most important parts. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought it was just a cute little Easter egg for, like, oh, like, season 4. Yes. Which I thought was a little crazy.
I see a lot of the Sam ones. I think that Dean one, I don't know if that went by me. I didn't write it down, so probably did.
Yeah, I like remembering stuff like that. I think it's a little fun. Yeah. A little fun Easter egg.
Eric Kripke, look at you. Yeah. Look at what you did. So yeah, he ends up calling Dean up, and Dean gets healed by this guy, but he also, while he's getting healed, sees this figure behind him that looks like really ghastly and gross, but he's in like a tux, and he's like, and as long as I got my
they never do the makeup on those creatures the same way. Right. Because they put, like, hella prosthetics on this man, and he's freaky looking.
No, like, the Reapers that come after...
Spoiler,
they do come after.
They're a Reaper. That's what he is.
No, like, the Reapers that come after... Shit. they don't do anything.
They just make them look like pretty women.
No,
and that's it. But this guy, they're like, yeah, like, make his fucking, like,
that's
face,
the case for a lot of things.
Skin thick.
Yeah, a lot of things in season 1, they just, like, don't give a fuck after season 1. Yeah. Season 1, they're like, let's go ham! Like, except for the lighting. The lighting's the only thing that season 1's like,
It's real, like, I was having a really hard time watching any night scene. And it's supernatural, so a lot of it.
In here. Overall, though, I do have to say, I forgot to begin with this, but Dean... with, like, him being
in all, the hoodie?
Like,
Him in the hoodie?
Him in the hoodie. Him, like,
beaten up.
Sunken eyes, like, beaten up and, like, all weak.
No, he looked... So, I literally had hoodie barking.
I'm lying on the edge of my seat.
No, he looked so...
God. He's so fine. I could give me a heart attack.
Also, low-key, a little bit of gender with Dean in the hoodie.
No.
You agree?
No, I agree down. Okay, gender, but I want him, but I want to be him.
I've always said this. I wish I could be a lanky white man in a hoodie. Like, if that...
Freak, yeah.
Oh, Max from Goofy movie? I wish I could be him.
Yeah.
I wish I could be him every single day of my fucking life.
I was thinking that towards the end, because, like, when we watched the last episode, the guys are... I mean... Well, okay, no, that's a really big spoiler, but, you know, they're all just being dudes, and they all got their trench coats on, and I was like, damn, if I was just, like, a guy.
I don't know, a skinny white man in a hoodie, God, I wish I could be you. I wish I could be
Or
you.
a trench coat.
Yeah.
I love a good trench coat.
Interesting.
I do.
I would just, knowing my build and my face, I'm too worried that if I wear a trench coat, it comes off as, like, Columbo almost because of my stature, and I'm like, I'm not going for Columbo. I'm going for like sexy chic. Like,
I thought you were gonna say like 3 Looney Tunes like all stacked up. You know?
Oh, like is that what you think I'm built like?
That's what I think I'm built like.
I was like, oh, okay. So you're saying I'm built like
there's like definitely like a bottom, a middle, and a top.
Well, depends on which tunes we're talking about. I might take it.
Oh, work, yeah.
Like if it's
there's
like
some good ones.
If it's Bugs, maybe.
Love his figure.
Yeah, Lola. Oh my God. Okay, I like Lola specifically from the Looney Tunes show.
Oh, not Space Jam?
She's nothing.
Okay, we need to move on.
Sorry, she's nothing to me.
She's everything in Space Jam. Okay, so then we have another healing sequence, because obviously they're like, whoa, how the fuck did that just happen? Mm-hmm. So they start investigating. But basically they're figuring out that it's a Reaper in their hotel room. And then the healer is healing in the tent.
You're saying like flashes too. And
back and forth.
Yeah.
While it's being paired with, well, it's supposed to be the Don't Fear the Reaper by the
Blue Oyster
Boy
Cult.
Oyster Cult. Yes.
Which I think is
so
one
good.
of the best introductions to like
music.
I think it's the best like pairing. One of the best pairings. I think the best pairing in the season, but one of the best pairings in the show. It is so memorable. Yeah. I think a lot of like Supernatural fans, this scene, they like really associate with that song, and it's very easy to visualize. Right. Because it's so perfect.
That one, and then the song that, and we didn't even talk about this in Skin as well. I mean, we mentioned the music, but if you know this, if you watch Supernatural on streaming, you'll know that Netflix or on Prime, they both replaced.
Which, okay, I was really pissed off about that. Do you know why they did that?
Because they couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford the streaming.
Is that seriously why?
They couldn't afford the rights to whenever they put it on streaming. Yeah. But it's only season 1. So any other music, that's why you hear Carry On My Wayward Son. Yeah. It's not in the first season at all. Yeah. It becomes the second season and then so on, it's fine.
Okay.
But for both the song that plays during Skin when like Dean's shedding, and then this song as well as a song in the finale, they all did not have enough money to buy the rights to it for streaming, so they had to replace it.
That is so upsetting because that is such a perfect pairing. And
literally.
Like the beats of it just work so well. Yeah.
It almost reminds me just this whole season is very stylistic. Yeah. It makes me think of so many pieces of media that I'm like, oh my God, Supernatural stole them from that. No, they stole it from Supernatural, bitch, because this is from 2006. When I think of this scene specifically, the one from Faith where the Reaper's chasing her, I think of scenes from Twilight. where they're like running through the woods.
Is it similar?
It reminds me of it.
We'll need to do a Twilight watch because I haven't watched that.
There's if you like pair up the scene where it's not Supermassive Black Hole because that's the baseball, but it's like another like ooh. You know, that kind of
song. You know the genre? Ooh.
That song? When, like someone running through the woods and it's all, like, dark and stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, okay. Yeah. Moving on. So, obviously, they figure out, well, it's a Reaper. We should do something about this. So, they start to, get their plan together, and they trying to pull Layla away from getting healed because Layla is sick with a brain tumor.
Also, the reveal of her having a brain tumor made me giggle so much because Dean's like, "Wait, Layla, like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with you?" Because she had been going there for months. And she's like, "I have this thing. It's a brain tumor." And then her mom into the distance, like drama diva, just goes like, "It's inoperable." Like, without looking at either of them, it's like, "It's inoperable."
No,
and she's going to die in 6 months. Like, what are you doing?
That whole conversation and where Dean, like, tries to pull her away, too, is so awkward.
No, I can't.
Because her mom is like, "Why do you get to live and my daughter has to die?" And it's just so... Girl.
Like, oh, please. I had to, like, look away because it was a little secondhand embarrassment of, like, oh.
No, it's bad.
This is bad.
Also,
this is so awkward.
The whole Dean flirting with her again. Like, what are we doing? Do you see a blonde woman and just immediately get hard?
Do you think it's hard for Dean
hard.
Jensen Ackles as a person for people not to perceive him as flirting? Because he has such a face.
No, he does mom down, but literally the first thing that he says to her is like, "I think you could fix me." Ba 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 ba. Something, and then like winks or whatever, and then Sam's like, oh.
"I know you have a mass in you. Do you want another mass in you?
Do you want a massive cock in you?" Okay, so yeah. They figure out he's a Reaper, and they're trying to get Layla away, and they, like, can't figure it out, because they're like, oh, it's not the actual healer, it's, something else, and then they find out that it's the healer's wife, Sue Ann.
Yeah, because the healer
doing tarot.
Had,
she's messing with some tarot cards.
Because the healer had cancer and was in a coma, and he had gone blind.
Right.
But they find out that she had actually, like, gotten control of the Reaper to save him, but started acting like he was the one that was actually protecting people, or not protecting people, but healing people. So he had no clue, which I also feel kind of bad about, because he genuinely thinks he's doing a good thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's so upsetting that he's like, I'm doing a good thing.
Honestly, if my wife don't come for me like that and just, like, let me play my shenanigans, my performance, like... Leave her!
But she didn't have to keep the Reaper afterwards, because you remember who she kills, right?
What?
Like, why she's killing certain people?
Because she thinks they're immoral.
But do you remember the news clipping that we get? Specifically the guy that she killed to save Dean.
Wait, no, I don't remember that part. God. What?
Vannah. The guy that she kills was an openly gay middle school teacher.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Damn.
And then the other person...
Fuck you, Sue Ann.
And then the woman that she kills is someone who's pro-choice.
Girl! Sue Ann.
Someone that she views as sinners and dirty.
Registered Republican Sydney Sweeney.
She was like, their genes weren't good enough, and then kills them and just does eugenics.
And you got your filthy little hands all over those tarot cards. The liberals have touched them. Trust.
Also, like, my thing is, are they making a stance that, like, were they being progressive at the time? Was Supernatural being like, we don't think you should kill gay people?
No, that's
were they
right,
like, yeah. They are sinners, but you shouldn't kill them. I'm, like, curious which way they were going with that.
I think it was just, like, a third-person stance of, like, this Christian woman would not want these people to exist.
Okay, so I didn't know
not even, like, actually, it's, like, not even progressive or not progressive. It's just neutral. I didn't know if, like, this woman wouldn't want these people, these gay people.
I just know if, like, Eric Kripke was doing, like, a, hey, kids, gay people are people, or if it was like just because they're dirty, you shouldn't kill them. I didn't know
Eric Kripke's gay ass was like.
I mean, you have to be if you wrote
Cass
and Dean. You must be a
the
little
boys.
gay.
They figure out Sue-Ann. They stop Layla.
Because Layla was about to get healed.
Right.
But instead, they turn the Reaper onto Sue-Ann and kill her.
Yes.
And Layla's not able to get healed, and she's like, why? Which is, like, so upsetting.
Right.
Also, I wish that because the Reaper kills Sue-Ann for holding him hostage, basically. Mm-hmm. I wish that he had killed Sue-Ann, but it healed Layla.
Right.
I was like, I wish we could have had
Can we not have that one?
Yeah, like, we couldn't... Just give us one, Reaper. Like, just one.
Well, maybe it did, and maybe she just didn't say. Maybe she was like...
Oh.
I mean, we don't really see Dean stops, like, limping around like a fucking...
Yeah, that's true. We don't see
the effects of it, except for the guy in the healing sequence where he, like, takes the... Oxygen thing out. Yeah. So, besides that, I mean, like, we don't see Dean's heart healing.
That is true.
Maybe her brain tumor did get healed.
I'm gonna headcanon that. The Reaper was like, I'll give you one.
Let's hope.
Yeah, just because you seem nice.
So, yeah, that's the end of that
God
one.
damn
that episode.
I forgot about the next episode.
However, the next one is Route 66. I am going to preface that I was a little inebriated for the next two ones that we watched. So Route 66 and
that's okay.
Nightmare.
As long as you don't say anything super crazy about this next one,
no,
we're good.
I just have a lot of notes on them because I was taking it bit by bit because I locked the fuck in.
Yeah, and you were sad that the truck got rid.
I was really sad about it.
So Route 66 is a episode about a almost Davy Jones like truck. Mm-hmm. So you know how Davy Jones, like, in the ship, it's a ghost ship that, like, comes out and whatever.
Right.
This case, it is a ghost truck that only targets black people in the beginning. Which I don't think Supernatural at this point in its airing
was able to tackle.
And I don't think it ever got to the point where it was able to tackle this subject.
We should just leave that alone.
And I know for a fact the all-white writers, like, table was like, we did good, boys.
They brought on one guest, not even a writer, like a supervisor, and was like, hey, what'd you think about this?
No, they were like, is racism real? And the guy was like, yeah, like, it's still really prevalent.
Yeah, but I think it should be a truck. I think it should be a truck that kills them. And not only that, a black truck.
And it's just, it's so interesting naming it Route 666. It's so interesting having full visuals, because we haven't really had people of color in this show.
Right.
As characters,
except
as
for
people.
the other racist one, which was the Native American.
Sorry, I forgot about it. Except for the one that had Native American people as kind of the villain.
Right.
Because they were slaughtered on their own land. You know. But,
and then haunting it,
yeah, and then haunting, as you know, white people view indigenous people all the time. But yeah, so this one, we also go back to Dean's first love, who is Cassie.
Oh my god.
And is one of the only, I think, is actually the only minority love interest that we get for him, period. I don't think we ever get another one.
Insane.
Which, I'm sorry, I gotta say this now. Later on, a reoccurring joke is that Dean has an Asian fetish, but we never see him date or interact with an Asian woman as a person. We get an Asian guy, Kevin, which I love, but we never get an Asian woman. I just wanted to point that out. But he did have his first love with a black woman who is beautiful and amazing.
Yeah,
actually has a personality.
I was like, if you're gonna have one black woman, I'm glad that they picked her, because she was the most beautiful woman I have ever seen.
She's gorgeous, and also, she, like, obviously the women in this show don't have a lot of personality, but she has enough that she kind of gives it back to Dean a lot of the time.
Oh, that's what I wrote. Yes. First instance of sub Dean in the notes.
Okay. So her father's the first one that gets killed. Not the first one, but the first one that we see.
Yeah.
But his friend had died.
The first one.
Yeah, earlier. So she calls Dean, and he immediately drives down to like where she lives. And Sam is getting the inkling that there was something between them. Also, Dean is acting like such a little diva this whole fucking episode.
He's such a diva.
Because he keeps throwing this shit at Cassie. Because Cassie broke up with him.
Right.
Because he hunts ghosts, and that's not a real job, obviously. And she's like, you're fucking insane.
Jobless. Bald. He's not bald yet, but...
Not yet. But... So, he keeps, like, making little comments like, oh, well, like, you seem to believe it now. Oh, well, you didn't think it was real when I mentioned it. And I'm like,
such a bitch.
Dean, first off, how many years ago was this? Second off, yeah, she didn't believe you. Like, what do you want her to do now? Like, but yeah, so it keeps killing black people, you know, as the racist truck does. But then it kills... the mayor.
The white mayor, yeah.
The white mayor. Do you remember how Dean reacts to that news? The way he reacts is, but he's white.
And he's white.
And the way he says, like, but he's white. Threw me off so much. I was like, I already don't like this episode. What are we doing with the acting?
He's so fucking stupid.
But he's white. Like, Dean, holy shit. Yeah, the racist truck is probably attacking people that are, like, okay with black people. Like, Dean is really ignorant in this for a man that dated a black woman. No. Which is honestly not a surprise, because, yes, that happens.
I wrote down the concept of Dean having a long-term relationship in high school with this woman.
Wait, she was in college.
Late teens into early 20s. Like, the idea of that Dean, even, having a... relationship long-term with this woman who is clearly like 10 times more mature than him.
Serious enough for him to tell her their big family secret.
Right.
And that he was in love with her.
Which means they were probably dating for like 2 weeks because that's the longest that Dean's ever been with anyone.
And that is like heartbreaking for him.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god, I'm never gonna get over it. But yeah, I would genuinely watch a whole season with
Cassie.
Like watching the two of them. Yes.
Oh yeah, because they really did have good chemistry.
They have great that sex scene. Okay. Wait, does the sex scene happen before or after the mayor gets killed? Because I want to go in the timeline.
I think it's after, but I don't have...
We're there. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just say it.
That's
yes, it is. It's after. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if it was because I was... But watching that... Okay. Literally...
There is a part during the sex scene. I don't know if you noticed this. You probably did, because you were probably watching it 5 times. Dean... Literally, so Cassie's on top of him. Also, Cassie, name Easter egg for later love. His first love and his last love. But in the
girl, you ain't smart. I'm talking to you, Eric Kripke.
We know.
You ain't smart.
We picked it up. But Dean literally is like, she's on top of him and she leans back and he's literally like. Almost like begging, like trailing after her, and I was like, Dean, you're such a little like beggar, like you're begging for it.
A needy, bottomless hole.
That scene, I was like, that solidified it. He's literally like he's like right. I could tell if we had the audio of it, it would be like it would be like
whimpering,
like please, Lord. Like, it would literally be like that, which I'm like. I don't know if I can thank them for not having the audio, because I don't think people would have moved on from that scene. And they would
wouldn't have. I would have stuck there forever.
Yeah, they would have never watched more Supernatural. It would have just been that scene.
I'm right where you left
so right, one of the hottest sex scenes in this season.
So hot.
Because I'm sorry, but Sam with the werewolf, still one of my favorites. Probably my favorite.
It is really good.
That episode's also one of my favorites. So yeah. Like I have to call that one out.
No, it is really good.
Also, okay, so Mayor dies. So Cassie's mom is white, her father is black. And holy shit. Okay, so the reason why the truck exists is because Cassie's mom's ex-boyfriend, who she was dating while she was also dating Cassie's dad, was abusive and awful.
All because of a white woman.
Yeah, and she broke up with him, and he ended up turning racist, apparently. Because she's like, he was never like that before. Babe, you didn't have your eyes open.
Girl.
Open them. Look around. Look at where you are. But...
What the fuck is going on?
So the guy ended up becoming super racist and tried to kill the dad. Also, he killed other people of color.
Yeah, no, like it was hinted that he well that's the whole thing, isn't it? Is that he after she left him for Cassie's dad, there were like several race-related killings, including the firing of the church.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Setting the church on fire with a bunch of black children.
Which I was like, that is crazy that Supernatural added that. And honestly, again, I don't think they have...
This is how they're tackling segregation. This is how they tackle racism.
I just don't see
and Jim Crow. They never talk about it ever again.
Yeah, like, they never talk about it ever again. And also, it's very, like, you guys never have people of color, so, like, do you really have anywhere to say it?
There's, like, a 7-episode gap where you even see a black person.
And then the other black person gets killed, and they're evil.
Right.
So, like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Y'all.
But anyway, so the white mom is telling the story. I also had an eyebrow raise at that a little bit of like, it's interesting that it's the white mom telling the story, but like, whatever, like, I guess. But so they end up killing her ex-boyfriend, because he tries to kill Jimmy, the dad, and
the line, Dean's dumb ass, bottomless hole. Says, why didn't they call the cops?
Why didn't you call the cops? And she's like, this was 40 years ago. I know that you guys are stupid hunters that have never stayed in one school for longer than a week. And I know that you probably didn't learn about this.
Racism. You didn't get your fucking degree. Yeah. Don't know fucking anything.
She's literally like, she has to be like, racism exists. A white woman has to tell Dean, racism existed and still exists in this country.
All he know is to kill Monster and Mog.
And he was like, why did you call the cops? Also, Dean being a bootlicker, get out of my face, dude. Right. Call the cops. When this guy was killing people and they didn't do shit.
You don't call the cops ever.
You die. Like, die, Dean. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Also,
and does.
But then... Of course, as we always do, we have to say goodbye to our Woman of the Week.
Yeah. Oh, God. No, because he's trying so hard in this last bit. Mm-hmm. He, like, wants her so bad. He wants her so bad.
Never work out.
But in that conversation that he's having, I swear he's, like, the way he's talking to her, it sounds like, to me, it sounded like he was insisting that they could make it work.
Yeah.
Because... He's like, well, maybe this time, since you believe me, you know that this is real, that we can make it work. And Cassie's the one who, once again, has to break up with him and let him down and be like...
this is too much.
No, it's too much, and, like, we're just too different.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I hate the way that Cassie's role in Dean's life gets replaced by Lisa later on.
No, that's what...
You thought, okay,
I was thinking the same thing because everyone always talks about Lisa, but Cassie is rarely ever mentioned.
Yeah.
Or I feel like Dean always talks about Lisa and Sam too.
Yeah.
Cassie never gets mentioned again.
And
they talk about coming to visit her.
Yeah.
And all that, and then guess what? We never see her again.
And I was noticing that a lot in the first season that like there are characters that have not a lot. They have some depth compared to the other characters like that we see that like are very surface level, and it's very obvious like this is just like for this episode. But they have these implications that some of these characters are going to come back, and they just fucking never do. And I'm actually kind of interested in seeing these like relationships with the characters. But they're like, yeah, like, I don't know, she, like, died. Like, I don't know. Like, she got married, like, 5 years later and, like, has a kid. Anyways. Right. I'm like, why did we do this then? Why did we imply that they were going to come back?
And Cassie just seems so much more along with Dean's type. Or, like, what we know Dean's actual type is.
Well, it also seems like Cassie had more of a personality than Lisa did.
Exactly.
After we saw Lisa for almost over a season. Like,
right.
Cassie, in one episode, I was more interested in her than fucking Lisa.
Because Lisa, to me, it's less about, we'll get more into that.
Yeah, sorry.
But it's less about Lisa and it's more about Lisa's kid.
Yeah, so, it's always more about Lisa's kid, but that's not until way later. Sorry, y'all. Just had a tangent.
Okay. Okay, so next we have episode 14, which is Nightmare. Once again, another one that I watched while I was inebriated, and also probably my favorite one from the season, because it's so good.
Very plot important.
Very plot important.
Sam is having visions. He had visions before Jess died.
Right.
And now he's having a vision about someone he doesn't know.
Right. Dying from a car exhaust thing in a garage.
But it's a phantom thing is locking his car and causing him to die.
Right.
From the... Also, I don't know, some of the deaths one of the deaths in this is very gruesome.
Yeah.
I was surprised that we got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
The second death... Can I say the second death real quick?
Yeah, you can.
The second death, so first off, a father dies, and then his brother ends up dying from decapitation from his window closing on his neck and fully cutting his neck off.
Crazy.
His head off.
The blood spatter and that was wild.
I love when they just use a hose to just do a splat.
No,
they don't think about any gravity or what where
the blood would have
the movement or anything. It's just all right, get the hose.
Right. Let's get the hose.
Get the fucking what's a water gun and just squirt it all over and we're done. We're done for the day.
Right. There are a couple of things stylistically that I really like this episode. One being there's this match cut for my film bros out there between the lamp in the hotel with Dean and Sam running to it cuts to the Impala when they're driving. I'll put an insert of it right now. But that was sexy. Also there was, well, this is not a good thing actually. The CGI with some of the things in here.
Yeah, so it's a lot of floating objects because, can I say what the thing is?
Yeah.
So someone has telekinesis, which is actually the son of the first father that died and the nephew of the uncle who passed away. The reason why he's killing them is that his father and his uncle used to beat him. And they were still beating him. He actually ends up showing us the bruising and the scars. Which, if I'm Sam and Dean, I'm like, man, that's a crazy death. That window really shut on his neck. Anyways.
No, right. That's why I think that they let them get the 2 kills in.
Oh, okay. To be
right. But the stepmom should have gone too. Yeah. So... the way that they get to the guy and are understanding him and what is wrong with him, they have to pretend to be priests. Can we talk about how
hot they look?
Sexy they look?
No, they look really good as priests. Honestly, I think it's my favorite out of their costumes. They're disguises.
Genuinely.
It's nice. They look good.
Why did because this happens in another episode too, one coming up, about they're wearing repairmen outfits.
Oh yeah, I do like
that. They lose all of the fucking disguises in future seasons. Yeah. I feel like they never do it as much as they do in season 1.
I just wish they would add more let me get a wig.
That's where the wig's at. Let's get in the prop closet.
If we had a drag queen brother.
This is going to be in the Supernatural reboot that they're going to have. They're going to announce this year.
Sam, Dean, and Paul.
Why Paul? Why did you pick Paul? You couldn't think of a gayer name than Paul?
Oh, honey, he doesn't need his name to be
What
gay.
about, Fernando or something?
No. His name... Do you think John Winchester named his son Fernando?
Well, we know that John has had some affairs.
You think he's got a Fernando son out there?
Maybe.
That's crazy.
He could literally be donating his sperm everywhere. We wouldn't fucking know. We don't know jack shit about John Winchester.
I do think John, if he did have a Paul son or a Fernando son, he would immediately be the favorite.
No, absolutely.
Sam, Dean, get the guns. Paul, just
do exactly what you're doing, honey, because you are perfect.
Also, would help Dean realize he's bi immediately.
Right.
So fast.
In what way? We're not getting into incest. Okay.
No.
Okay. So, yeah. Love the hot priest. They get into the house. They learn. They are eventually find out that, Max, this guy, who is supposed to be, like, a young 20s.
Looks
He has
35.
a fucking receding hairline and, like...
But, like, the actor's doing a good job. It's just that, like...
No, he's so great.
Oh, wait, I wrote down a specific line. So he, like, tells them what happened to him.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, when I first found out I could move things, it was a gift my whole life. I was helpless, but now I had this. The way he says it, he rhymes it, and it's almost like a serial killer, like, Dr. Seuss book. And I was like, this guy needs to read, like, kids' books. Like, I think it's the way, it's, like, the rhythm of the way he says it. I'm like, this is so, like, Dr. Seuss.
In between him, like...
No. Like, it's so, I'm like, wow, like, he's kind of, like, killing us. Like, he kind of has bars.
The, like, sobbing monologue, bro, like,
he's also,
give him his fucking Emmy Award. Where is it?
He's also crying in every scene he's in.
No, every scene. Yeah. You can
Which
feel...
is valid.
No, like, genuinely, the pain is...
Also, the whole reason why Sam saw this vision was because he and, Sam and Max both have powers, and both of their moms died...
Right.
In their nursery on the ceiling in a fire.
And the look on... Because there's... What's happening is they're sitting down and talking about it. And they're just discussing, the abuse that's happening in Max's life. But then he says that their moms died in the same way. And that's why his dad turned out to be the way he was. Yeah. And Sam was like... The look on his face... really good acting from Jared here. Yeah. Like, oh, it's so sweet. Like, he's found another person who's like him. He's always felt like a freak his whole life, and now he's finally found someone who's like him.
And you kind of notice that shift in Sam. Like, Sam always wants to help people, but in this case, he's very, like, oh, man, like, I need to help this guy. Like, I need someone that can kind of understand me.
Yeah.
But Max... at the end of the day, can't fully trust him because of the abuse that he's gone through. Mm-hmm. So he ends up trying to kill all of them. Yeah. Which, okay, can I just say something really, like, I thought was stupid?
Yes. So I have to say something stupid after.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Max corners Dean and his stepmom. Is this what you're thinking of?
I mean, gun? Probably. Oh, wait, not the gun.
Oh, no. I'm thinking about the gun. The gun looks really stupid, first off. Second off, he's using telekinesis. To hold the gun up.
That's true.
I personally, if it's only
really
it's only one gun. Why don't you have 5 knives floating? Why do you have one singular gun?
Cooler.
But you're like, but the gun is moving back and forth because there's 2 people.
Well, he probably would have been shaking like this. Like, he wouldn't have been able to shoot straight.
Get a gun. Get all the knives and forks from the kitchen and, like, having them floating behind him.
They already did the knife bit. They can't do it again.
But, like, yeah, he was spinning the knife on the fucking
And you
table.
saw how ugly that knife looked, too.
The gun didn't look any better. The gun did not look any better.
No, I was going to talk about when he walks into the room and... Oh, no. It's whenever he pulls up the gun and the mom goes, Max. And then we have, Max gets the gun, the fake gun, and, so...
Is he holding it or is he using telekinesis again?
He uses telekinesis to shoot Dean in the head. And we get a full-fledged, like, the shot is in his forehead, and he goes down. And we're like, Dean, no! But then guess what? Haha, you thought...
It's like a...
Bitch, it's a vision.
Twilight.
It's literally... I wrote it...
Did you write down
I did. I said the way Sam did the Alice from Twilight Final Vision before Alice did.
Also...
Before Alice, they did it!
When were the books written?
After. Because it's 2006.
Oh.
I think it was after.
So do you think she wrote, like,
watched this episode of Supernatural? No, she didn't. Stephanie Meyer was not watching Supernatural. She is full-fledged Mormon hoe. Like, she was not.
True. That's true. They wouldn't have done that.
An awesome God he reigns. Yeah.
No, thank you, please. But yeah, so Sam ends up being able to use telekinesis himself.
Yeah.
But we only see it this once in this season. Like, we don't see him use telekinesis again.
No, because he gets... Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, he's only able to use it in this episode, but, like, we're seeing the hint that he can use it.
Yeah.
And then he's able to be like, Max, stop!
Right.
So Max is like, you're right, this will never stop, and then he ends up killing himself. Jared Padalecki's acting after Max kills himself is some of the worst acting I've seen in this show, and maybe in any other show. Because his mouth, like... I can't read what emotion it's supposed to be. Because he just goes, for my visual, I'll try to explain it. It's just this. He twitches out. He's like a glitchy sim, and I can't tell. I'm like, are you hungry? Like, I can't tell what this is supposed to be. So, moving on. Unless you have another thing.
I
know this is an important episode.
Yeah,
for you.
one of the last things that they say is he's talking to Dean about how with the demon that he's kind of gonna be defenseless basically, and Dean goes, "That's not true, because you're gonna you'll have someone by your side, or you'll have something to protect you," and then Sam goes, "Are you talking about Dad? Because Dad not here, Dean." He literally says, "Because Dad not here, Dean."
He's so emotional from Max's suicide, and that's why he looked like that, and that's why he can't talk.
Right. And then I thought that was really funny, but then the line after it, Dean's like, "No, I'm not talking about Dad. I'm talking about me. No, me." And that was really sweet.
Which I know for a fact the Wincest shippers definitely went down on that. Like, this fucking, like, pack of hyenas on a carcass. I just know they used that for fanfic. I know there was a lot. I know there was a fanfiction named after it.
Right.
I know, like, it's rough. It's rough rewatching this knowing that there were people like that.
Yeah, all the sweet, like, brotherly moments that are just so innocent. Like, his face when he says that is so cute. Yeah. And, like, then y'all just gotta make it fucking disgusting. Okay, well, that's that one.
So Benders. Episode 15.
Right.
So, little kid hears a noise, calls it a whining growl. I personally find this hilarious.
Yeah, like, what the fuck was that?
So Sam gets kidnapped by who or what? We don't know for a little bit.
But how?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Also,
because they're, like, dragging them under the cars, but, like, they're all so tall.
And also, in this episode, I might have just missed it by, like, looking away for a second. I don't think we see Sam actually get kidnapped.
No, we don't.
Like, okay.
What happens is...
What the fuck?
Sam is looking, he hears a noise, he looks under the car, and it's a cat.
But then
he's like, literally his face when he sees the cat, he goes... he laughs to himself, and it's like, girl, he's gonna be okay.
he really is it's just like what a wonderful life. Like, he's such a
that's baby girl right
he's
there.
He's such a boy, you know.
No, he's literally just a boy. But then after the cat thing happens, he stands back up, and then we see like a shot of his feet as the perspective of the killer or the kidnapper, and then cut to Dean going out to the parking lot and be like,
I just don't understand.
Where's my brother?
One of our main characters, literally the number one name on the cast list. Mm-hmm. Why do we not get to see him get kidnapped?
Because they couldn't figure out how they were going to get those two tall ass men underneath there.
And I'm like...
Also under the premise that because the brothers that are part of the family, spoiler alert, that kidnap these people, they're both... they go together. Like, they do these kidnappings and killings together. So, like, the premise that all three of them are under the car now.
Doesn't make a lot.
The two, like, one brother's got one hand on one foot and the other one's got the one hand.
But, like, also, why underneath the car? Because there isn't a hatch above...
Right!
Like, in the bottom of your car to climb into.
Right!
But anyway, so it's humans.
They don't explain this
The monster
at all.
of the week is humans. Like, humans are the real monster, whatever.
True.
But, okay, so the kid's saying the winding ground in the beginning.
Yeah.
Did you catch this part where a truck is driving by, or a van is driving by Dean, and he's starting to work with a cop to try to find Sam, because Sam's missing. And he looks over to the cop and goes, sounds like a whining growl, doesn't it? And I'm like, why did you say that?
This was just a piss poor exposition. The following stuff after.
Yeah, it's fine.
I feel like the idea of like the humans being the monsters this time is really an interesting concept. That's why that's literally like the whole premise of every scary movie ever. I don't know. But I think that they set it up really badly. They set it up real bad.
And like I think it's a good break from the season too, as a reminder of like, hey, there are still real world like obstacles that the boys have to face, and also not every case is a case. Okay, sorry, I have just a little thing. Yeah. They gotta stop trusting these little girls. Right. They gotta stop trusting these fucking little girls. Because the little girl literally, like, kind of brings in the cop so that her dad can hit her over the head. Mm-hmm. And then with Dean, she tries to fucking stab him.
But he trusts her and thinks that...
Oh, little girl, she's
just so innocent.
Stop trusting these fucking little girls.
You should know at this point.
Later on in the season, where it's like, stop trusting these fucking little girls. Right. You're in a horror genre.
As someone who was once a little girl, stop trusting the little girls.
Do not trust those motherfuckers.
No, they're evil.
With, like, anything.
No. And especially this one, because she talks real southern and she looks like a fucking rat just crawled from the sewer.
They also, like, eat the humans. Right. Because they have, like, a deli. First off, they have a deli cutter. Yeah. Which are, like, thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. Where the fuck did you guys get that? When did you get that?
They saved it up.
Oh, they're like, we gotta get it for the human meat. Pa, please.
Pa, please, I saved some money in my piggy bank so we could get that nice deli slicer. We can cut up the police officer, please.
But yeah, so the incest, cannibal hunting family.
Nasty. Anyways.
Get Dean.
They basically just beat them. I don't really remember the fight scene, to be honest.
It's not... They aren't great fight scenes. They aren't super memorable, except for the fact that the cop does shoot the dad in the face because he talks about how it was just fun to kill her. Yeah, like, to hunt people.
And kill her brother,
Why did you do it? Yeah. But then later on, she's like, he tried to escape, and like, you shot him in the forehead. No one is going to believe that. Right. Like, he was on the ground, on his back, in the forehead. Like, was he... doing this to escape? But also, like, Sam and Dean
I didn't think about that.
Sam and Dean are like, yeah.
They're like, man. Bro, we don't care. Yeah. He literally was gonna eat you.
But then literally get upset when Max tries to kill his abusers, but whatever. Oh. Right.
So, yeah, Shadow, there is not, like, a whole lot going on in this one, but we are reintroduced to Meg, who is a very important character for this season, and then later on as well, or there's another episode later on, but so she's very important because guess what? Turns out she's a demon, and if you couldn't tell from all of that summoning she was doing in the last one we saw her in, and she's now followed Sam and Dean into Chicago, where they think they're just going to investigate a murder of this girl who got killed by... They don't know because the apartment doors were locked. There was no sign of a break-in, blah, 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 right? And this episode, and another one later on, the one with the kids... The way that they work with the shadows is very reminiscent of Nosferatu. Did you notice that?
No, I actually didn't realize that until you mentioned it. Because the whole thing is that Meg, even though she is a demon, she is summoning these things called devas that they are invisible. The only thing you can see are the shadows. But the way I think I am like. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because they have, like, this really... I mean, that is... If you've watched the original and the new Nosferatu, which I'm obsessed with, they have these really cool, deep shadows on the wall, and it's, like, the creature, like, lurking towards the, whoever the victim is. And then particularly in the other episode later coming up... really, and this one too. They have like really long fingers, outstretched hands. And I just love, that's another instance where like the makers of this show are really stylized in the beginning of it. I really think, I mean, later on, I can't really speak much.
Yeah, I think they take away some of the charm because they have a bigger budget. Yeah. So it's easier for them to just be like, just throw money at it.
Right.
But this, you have to actually, like, try to get creative with it. And also, the figures are almost reminiscent of Dementors to me, personally.
Yeah.
And, you know, so Meg is summoning these shadowy demons, and Sam follows her and climbs up an elevator shaft.
Bro.
You wrote that down?
No, I said, no way, spider monkey crawl, because...
he's literally holding his whole body weight with, like, his middle finger and his ring finger at one point. And I'm like, no, you're fucking not.
And we're supposed to expect that he doesn't, like, barely makes a sound.
Yeah.
Or for him to, I mean, obviously, we realize that it's a setup.
Yeah.
Because Meg knows. But still.
In that moment, you're like, damn.
Like, he doesn't think that he would be huffing and puffing whenever he crawls up the
No.
Like, what? And like,
he's so stealthy, you don't understand.
But an old-ass elevator shaft, too. Like, it's creaking.
He definitely has tetanus now.
No.
Like, there's no way he does it.
He already had it before. You know he did.
But, sorry. But the second time, they go, again, up the elevator shaft, now with Dean climbing up it.
Both of them, just... probably huffing and puffing up that thing.
I will give them this, though.
What?
Something that I thought was cool. There is not a moment when they get out of that elevator shaft that Meg does not have a weapon on her.
Wait, what?
Because they have their guns out, right? Like, ready to shoot her. Because they still think she's a human that is just summoning these creatures. So they are, like, stealthily, like, going behind boxes and, like, you know, hiding... tables or whatever.
No, that part is very Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, but like...
I kept
literally, they, like, when one is moving, the other one is completely on her. And there's like, not a moment where she does not have a, like, gun on her.
And, yeah,
like,
sexy.
And I'm like, I love moments like that, because then you get to see that the boys, like, how well they work together.
Oh, for sure.
Because they don't have to communicate, I'm putting my gun down now. I'm putting my gun up now. Like, they can just, like... immediately, they're so fluid with it, and I love it.
Do we always get an instance like this? Like, she had a whole ass apartment, like,
the fact
in
that
Chicago, and then and she went to a separate location.
Yeah, she went to a warehouse.
Her warehouse.
But she's also, this is not her permanent residence,
right?
So like,
she's like a I applaud you, Meg. Because like, you're a performer.
You know,
she's a performer.
For the aesthetic.
No, for sure.
She's like, the apartment isn't aesthetic enough for, like, the table and the goblet that has the blood in it.
The apartment's gotta be where I take my shirt off and Sam gets his dick hard.
Also, that happens. And I love the woman that's, like, pervert when she sees Sam staring at her. Because he's like, something's wrong with this girl and I don't feel right about it. But then she's like, okay, so I go to the apartment, I take my shirt off, obviously back to the window.
A little dance for him.
Yeah, he gets to see my back, and that's so hot because it's the early 2000s. And then I walk down, even though I just changed my clothes, and then even though I just changed all my work clothes. And then I go to my awesome crusty, rusty warehouse, and that's where I do the blood sacrifices, and that's like a lot more ambient for that. You know, it's a lot more.
This like warm lighting just goes along with, you know, the incantations I'm saying.
Sam gets sexually assaulted in this season a lot more than I remember.
Way more.
Because she ties him up and she sits on it, like, she gets on his lap and is like, well, Sam, like, you know, now that I got you here, and, like, starts making out with him. And I'm like, that's fucking nasty.
And then Dean's being a prick about it, and he's like, get a room, you two.
Like,
bitch, he's getting literally...
sexually assaulted.
Like, raped right now. Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, this is the same man that was like, why didn't you call the cops? When it was, like,
let's
the
not
fucking
revisit.
60s. So, like, what a surprise. Yeah, he's literally like, get a room while Sam gets sexually assaulted. I'm trying to remember what happens in this episode. I wasn't this is not one of my favorite episodes, I'm not gonna lie. It just feels so stagnant to me.
It's okay.
It's whatever.
There are definitely other standouts. Yeah. I think I like Meg's theatricality of it all, though.
No, Meg does a good job.
So, Dean's, like, cutting away because he has probably, like, a knife in his pants. He's cutting away at his rope. And then, Sam also has a knife, or he, like, throws the knife.
Oh, my God. Okay, so you're right. Because, so Dean is trying to cut through his ropes. And Meg comes over and throws the knife, and she sits back on Sam's lap and is like, were you just trying to distract me? Even though he was not reciprocating at all. I was like, were you just trying to distract me from your brother, like, that cutting his, like, ropes with his knife? It's like, no, because I also have a knife. And the way his hands come out and grab her are, like, did you notice that? That he goes all the way out. So. He goes full wingspan to grab her. And it feels like a claw almost, like a giant claw machine just like going around this tiny woman. I was like, that really I was like, Sam might be more than just sidekick. He might like be something else. It really makes me uncomfortable.
You're kind of lucky is Bigfoot.
It like no, it felt like his like proportions look Slender Man-esque.
No,
like they look like his arms look so long, reaching all the way out. I'm like, I don't know why we shot it like
this. They should cast him in the live action Slender Man. Yeah. He would be good.
I think he would do great.
No, and then after that, I think Sam breaks through his ropes, and then they somehow get Meg out the window. She falls to her death out the window.
7 stories. She falls down.
And the way that shot is set up, I was like, is this reminiscent of Gwen Stacy falling out from Amazing Spider-Man?
I was going to go Barbarian.
True. Okay.
To me, it felt like Mama falling.
I mean, I guess, like, when you fall...
There's only so many ways you can shoot it.
Yeah, it has to be shot, like, one way. The reason why I thought it was Gwen Stacy, was because the blonde hair. She kind of looks like a Gwen to me.
Like, she looks like Emma Watson? Not Emma Watson. Sorry, Emma Stone.
Yeah, maybe just, like, the blonde hair with the, like, glass... and everything. That. And also I think she does like wave her hands a little bit like this. Like it reminds me of Gwen Stacy falling. But
I can see that.
We'll put a side by side of her and then Mama from Barbarian.
Yeah, I think I just got Mama on the brain a little bit after Barbarians. Jinx. Oh my God, we're like syncing up like our periods. Anyways,
okay, I will say though, as kind of unmemorable as this episode is, this next scene where John comes in.
Oh,
because this is John's first appearance.
No.
Period.
No, we've seen John.
I should have rephrased that.
No. I misunderstood. You're right.
This is the first time that the boys see John and know that he's there.
Which, good God, do I hate that man. Do I hate John Winchester. If you were a real... Heaven and earth could not stop me. Heaven and earth could not stop me from beating your ass.
If John Winchester bad, why so sexy? That's my question.
Because he's bad. Because that's sexy. Bad dad?
No.
Bad dad? Bad daddies?
No, that's not why I think John is sexy.
Really?
No. I wouldn't think someone who's abusive to his children or like Negan. What the fuck?
But villains have
Jeffrey Dean Morgan always picking that nasty ass villain role. He's either abusive as hell or abusive as hell.
The passion of hating someone.
Yeah.
It sometimes turns to like, I do find you attractive because I'm looking into your eyes and I'm like yelling at you.
I agree with that.
Spit's
that is
all
not how I feel about John Winchester. I feel that he is abusive as fuck and his personality is shit. However, his voice gravelly.
I do think
his like 5 o'clock shadow, stunning, dark.
I do think it makes sense that he, like, I almost said something disgusting.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say it does make sense that he seeded those boys. Like he's the reason why he's related.
Why? Why in the fuck would you say it like that, Priscilla?
That he fathered those. He fathered Sam and Dean. But see, to me, say that. he reaped what you sow. He sowed them.
Yeah, you better reap what you sow.
He sowed those boys. But I think a part of the reason why I find him attractive is that I do want to bend him over and spank him for being, like, a bad father. But then afterwards, I'm like...
This is not... Go ahead.
Yeah, but, like, if he was real, I would be like, you're being a bad boy.
This is not all what I thought you were going to say.
And then I'm going to be like, maybe you are being a bad boy. And he's like, maybe I was being a bad boy. And we would be like, oh.
I thought you were on the opposite side of this. I thought you were like... I mean, I knew that you...
He is attractive. I can't say he's not attractive.
No, I know you thought that, but I thought it was like, no, John Winchester, it's on fucking sight.
No, it is on sight. I would beat him. It's just he would be covered in blood afterwards and have that, like, beaten, hot movie look going on. Like, okay, well, now you're kind of attractive. And, like, what am I going to do with that? And he'd probably be like, oh, I haven't had a woman beat me up in a long time. I'm like, yeah, you probably haven't. Because, like, you don't deserve love.
Because it was Pastor Jim Murphy who beat him up.
Pastor Jim.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to Pastor Jim, don't worry.
Okay, so
yeah,
John comes in, and then we get to see Sam and him reuniting after, like, what, like 2 years?
Yeah.
And, a couple things. The idea, and this is throughout the whole half season. The whole series. Shit. The idea that John's weaknesses are boys and not just there's a potential of them getting to kill the yellow-eyed demon or like the weapon that we need to kill the yellow-eyed demon or anything revolving around anything that is going to benefit John in this pursuit of this demon.
Yeah. Incorrect.
Like what?
Like for me, so Icarus has hubris. Like, that is, like, the downfall of Icarus as a character.
Mm-hmm.
John's downfall is his obsession. It's not his love for his boys. It's not his loyalty to family.
Right.
It is his obsession with the yellow-eyed demon. Mm-hmm. And I hate that the narrative keeps trying to push that it's like, no, he, like, loves his boys. And, like, that's why he doesn't tell them anything, is so that, like, they'll be safe. Like, no, he doesn't tell them anything because they'll get in the way.
Right.
Because he thinks that they will get in the way and that they're incompetent.
Exactly.
The way he talks to those boys, those men,
but like children, like they say later on in another episode.
Yeah, and he's like, you are my kids. I'm like, okay, but you don't treat them like they're your kids.
Right.
You treat them like soldiers without talking to them like soldiers. You
raised them like a drill sergeant, as he says later on.
Yeah.
Anyways, but that implication, because there was, Meg implied that, like, they're his weaknesses. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not his weaknesses. They are literally just pawns in his little game of chess that he's playing. And that's why he sends them off to do his hunts and all those things like that. Okay, but then there's this scene that they have when Sam and John reunite, where they're both really emotional, and, like, Sam is actually, like, very, like, receptive to him, and is, like, they're both, like, kind of tearing up, and I feel like there's a lot of mind tricks going on from John.
Yeah, because he's an abuser.
And there's a, like, direct dichotomy between what Sam had said earlier in the episode, which was about how he did not want to be together again after they, like, had finished this hunt, that he didn't want to continue hunting, he didn't want to do this, and then after, whenever they're suggesting that they have to talk about, they're gonna leave each other because they can't be around each other because they're their weaknesses. Like, the dichotomy between those two conversations is crazy. Like, they are doing mind tricks on me. Like, I'm like, Sam, like, oh my God, like, poor baby boy, he just wants to be loved by his father.
Yeah, and, like,
he does want his family back.
And, like, Sam abandoning his life to do this is proving that.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyways, moving on.
Then the shadow demon tears them up, and it's really funny.
And
y'all need to watch that. I watched this episode on 1.5 speed. Y'all need to watch that episode on 1.5 speed when he tears up Dean and John and Sam, because it's so fucking funny.
Also, stupid way they fix it. They just use a flare to kill the demon.
Right.
Whatever. Anyways, but the next episode...
They gotta do it somehow.
...is one of my favorites, Hell House.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no. One of my favorites is this season.
I knew that Harry and Ed was a favorite.
Yeah,
but I didn't know
he's fun. Like, they're fun.
Harry and Ed are a favorite.
But, okay, so the whole thing is these kids go down to this, like, you know, haunted house, quote unquote. It's just like a rundown house. There's a bunch of symbols in it, and they go down to the basement, and they find a girl hanging. But when they call the cops, there is no body. So, this story goes around, and it gets posted on a website called hellhoundslayer.com, which Sam finds, and Dean immediately makes fun of. They go interview the guys, like, and the girls that saw the body, and they're having, like, completely different...
accounts.
Accounts. Like, literally, they show them going, like, oh, yeah, she was blonde, brunette, redhead, which I thought was really fun, like, the way they were doing the cuts and stuff, and it made it, like, pretty comedic. But the story starts changing a lot. So the original story is that Mordecai... No, this wasn't Mordecai. Mordecai's the different story, sorry. The guy...
No, this is it.
Is this Mordecai? I thought Mordecai's the...
No, Mordecai's the thing that keeps changing, yeah.
So Mordecai, the whole story was that he hung his daughters, which I was surprised that they showed. That they showed a hanging in this, because it seemed... I thought they wouldn't be allowed to do that, because it's so gruesome, but, you know, that he had, like, hung his daughters during the Great Depression so that they wouldn't starve. But then the story later on changes to he killed his sons with an axe. And when Sam and Dean go in, at first, like, Mordecai kills a girl by hanging her. But then after the story changes, he's now using an axe, which ghosts don't do. But apparently, so they post the, like, thought symbol on the website, and because people are reading the story and thinking about it, he is now coming to life, and it's every iteration of, like, this different story and everything. So the boys are like, what the hell are we supposed to do about this? Like, how are we supposed to fix this? Which I kind of like that they added that. Because, like, it's so easy for the boys to be like, ghost, find the body, salt it, burn it. But this is like, oh, what are we supposed to do about something that, like, exists because people believe it?
Right.
Like, this doesn't have the same rules as, you know.
Yeah.
So I just love...
I have to think outside the box for this one. Right.
And they end up running into Harry and... What's the other guy's name?
Ed.
Harry and Ed, who are ghost hunters.
Right.
They are paranormal investigators who we get to see a few times, which I love. I love them so much. But they run the website that is posting about Mordecai. And... so they're a little silly. The boys are like, oh, whoa, you guys, like, hunt ghosts? That's so crazy. Like,
I like Harry and Ed, but I like how Dean and Sam react around Harry and Ed. Like,
you prefer their reactions.
I prefer how they react around them because, well, this will come later when we get a return of them in the next season. Yeah. But this episode and that one, they both just kind of, like, make fun of them. Yeah. In a way that's, I don't know. I think it's, like, very, very cute.
It's that they're on a team. I like that Sam and Dean are like, look at these guys, and are very, like, we know. And it makes it
We're, like, the serious ones. Yeah. Like, we actually hunt ghosts and stuff.
It just makes it feel more sibling-like, where they're like, oh my god, look at these fucking idiots.
Right.
But their great, like, thing to fame is that they heard a vase behind them break, but no one was near the vase. And they're like, that was a ghost.
Right.
So they start pissing and shitting themselves when they actually see Mordecai come out with a fucking axe and try to kill them. Also, subplot, the boys are in a prank war. This set was known for the amount of pranks that they would have.
Work.
And at one point, Jared owed Misha Collins, a character that comes later on, I think it was literally like $500. No, it might have been in the thousands because Jared, in order to pay him, like, because of the bet, he got buckets of pennies and dumped them in, like, Misha's car.
Oh shit!
Literally, like
I didn't know this.
It was getting to the point where like there were so many buckets on the set that like they just like were like, we need to like stop bringing these fucking buckets. So you guys need to do something about these fucking buckets.
Y'all are grown ass men.
Yeah, like y'all are acting like this is a fucking frat house.
Because it was.
So you know the prank thing. I'm like, it feels almost like it was imitating real life.
Yeah, that's so cute. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a pretty big thing that they would have. They would have a lot of pranks on set.
I was just gonna say, back to like the prank stuff, because to me that was really.
That was the highlight for you.
Like, I wouldn't say the highlight, but I just like really enjoyed. I guess so. Okay. I mean, it wasn't like this episode was bad, but I just like this part a lot because. Like Dean says, like, God forbid they have some fun for once and not be fucking sobbing all the time. It's not like y'all are, like, raised in trauma and then your dad is a drill sergeant and your mom died on the ceiling of your house, you know?
Yeah.
But, no, I just think it's really fun when we get to see their, like, personalities sparkle. Mm-hmm. And, they start with these stupid-ass pranks. Like, Dean starts the prank war with the spoon in the mouth, and I'm like, that's stupid. And then they continue it with Sam. He turns the music up real loud. That's also really stupid. But then it starts getting good because then Dean like puts like itch powder in Sam's drawers,
and we also see Sam only in a towel.
No, that's what I was getting to, because the line before it or around it was something about, as it always is, how Dean's like bragging on Sam for not getting laid. And I'm like, when he looks like that, girl, like K-pop Demon Hunters, corn popping out of my eyes.
No, literally, because like, and it's so like, it's the fact that they did it so casually.
No, literally, and he's like wet and.
Like, I cannot believe that y'all just did this to me. Like, that's fucking crazy.
I am not supposed to be boy-centered, but I would center that boy left and right. That doesn't make any sense.
Him after the itchy powder, like, him, like, moving.
And the way he's, like, fixing his pants and grabbing his crotch. Anyways. Yeah, and then the beer glue prank, that's really funny.
Yeah. Also, in the beer glue, so Sam puts glue on Dean's beer, and it, like, gets stuck on his hand, and, like, he later on says it ripped off some skin, which I'm like, low-key, you kind of deserve it. But during that, like, whole, like, little scene, like, Dean won't stop yanking on this little wooden guy that, like, goes, like, and he keeps pulling on it before he, like, gets his hand stuck on glue. And then Sam laughs at his face and then yanks on it. I'm like, that's so funny. Like, having him switch to being like,
yeah,
I'm gonna yank on this just to make fun of you.
I'm gonna yank your chain.
Because you can't do it.
Okay, episode 18.
I only have one note for this.
Oh, okay.
Monkey Puss.
No, I wrote it too. That was the first one.
Literally, one of the first lines. I think maybe the first line.
It is it is the first one from the dad.
Okay, so this dad and his daughter, he's tucking her in and goes, Monkey Puss.
No, Monkey Puss.
If my dad called me that, I would kill myself. And my nickname as a child was Vannah Poo. So.
Would you have preferred Monkey Puss?
No, I just said I would kill myself. Am I still alive today? Yes. Okay, so wait, what's the name of this one?
Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Okay, yeah. So this is the one where the kids are going into like comas and stuff. But yeah, and like I said, they have this like Nosferatu looking figure at first, but it's not a shadow demon this time. It's It's
Palpatine.
It's Palpatine? No, literally
no. He literally looks like Palpatine the whole episode.
But yeah, so what's the monster called though? Striga. Okay. Yeah, so it ends up being this monster that is sucking the souls
life essence
out of these kids, and yeah, I mean that's like the basis of it, but we get a lot of story, like backstory about Dean in particular. This is like the first or second Dean flashback we get from when he's a kid.
Yeah, I think it's
gotta be I don't think it's the first, but
I think this is our second.
Yeah.
But it's one of the most important ones that we get.
Yeah, because it's building the tension regarding with John and, like, Dean's relationship with John and how he kind of feels like a failure for, like, most of his life. This sets the tone for it. Mm-hmm. Because when they were younger, John goes on a trip to get rid of the Striga the first time, and Dean's in charge of taking care of Sam, because Sam's about the age, like the young age that the Striga would want. And they're kind of, like, cooped up in this hotel room for a few days. And Dean just wants to be a kid. He doesn't want to be in charge of his baby brother who's just so needy all the time.
Yeah.
And so, there's some really cute moments in there, specifically, like, with the cereal. Yeah. And Dean's, like, giving up his bowl of cereal for his brother. It's so sweet. But then we get to the main part, which is the night that Dean leaves to go play an arcade game, and he comes back, and the Striga is hovering over Sam and trying to take his life essence, which makes John miss the opportunity to hurt him. Yeah. So they end up having to... It's a big loss, and it's something that John kind of punishes Dean for after. Not necessarily, like, I don't know. He scolds him. He probably did get his belt out.
Yeah.
But he scolds him for that, and then Dean takes on that guilt and he carries it with him into, well, forever, but specifically because the Striga is back in this episode, into this case. So they're trying to figure out with these kids what's going on. They figure out it's the Striga, and they think it's this old woman in a hospital, because the hospital is, like, the center of where all the crime activity is happening and whatever. Well, it's not the woman. She just is old and blind. And then they figure out that it's actually the doctor who's been taking care of the kids.
Because they see that he's in a picture from, like, 1890.
Right.
When the other attacks happened.
Yeah.
Also, Sam is so sure. He's like, that looks exactly like Dr. Diker. And I'm like, no, it doesn't.
What'd you just call me?
Hi. But.
Well, yes.
I'm like... No, it doesn't, but, you know, I understand
that... It did, though. Like, that nose was...
It was just so blurry to me that I'm like, this could be his, like, relative from back in the 1800s. I don't know.
It. Yeah. But I could also see how he would be certain that it was him.
Yeah.
The one final note I have about this is the shirt that Sam wears in one of the scenes. He's wearing this, like, dog shirt.
Yes! And it has the, specifically a borzoi.
A what?
A borzoi. Doesn't it have a borzoi on it?
What is a borzoi?
The type of dog. It's the noodle dogs.
Yeah. Wait, what are you saying to me right now? Borzoi. I thought they were called, like, greyhounds or something.
Okay, there's two different types. That's why I'm saying, is it a borzoi or is it a greyhound?
Bro, I don't know. I didn't think it had the name.
Borzois have really long fur and look, like,
No, this was weird. Like a skinny dog.
Wait.
Like, this was almost like a... Maybe it was that kind of
That's
dog.
why I was like, oh my god, he's wearing a borzoi shirt, and I really want it. I really want that shirt.
I thought it was the Jenna Marbles dog.
Oh, it might be. But I want that shirt cropped.
Work.
I also want it cropped on Sam. But that's a whole different thing.
Okay, but that's really what happens. They get him, because they end up setting up this child, the brother of one of the kids who
ends up getting sick.
Yeah, gets sick, and they get the other brother to act as like a bait,
basically bait.
And they shoot him, and Dean waits uncomfortably way too long before he goes in that room.
Yeah, like, and saves the child.
It's literally like the soul is sucking out of him. The soul is sucking out of him. And then same for Sam, too. Like, Sam starts to get his soul sucked, too.
And Sam looks really fucking gross when it happens.
Yeah, because they start, like, wiggling his face with
they
CGI.
Use, like, the Snapchat filter on him that, like, makes him look old and wrinkly and, like, veiny. The veins were what really grossed me out. But yeah, it was a good episode. I liked the flashbacks, and, like, I thought it was good for showing us why Dean follows his dad so much. Yeah. Because we always talk about how Dean follows orders, and, like, that's a big part of him. But episode 19.
Episode 19.
Provenance. But this whole episode is centered around a creepy painting of a family. And it starts off with this really cute couple, I think, because they're like, you don't think they're cute?
I think they're cute, and then they're like about to have sex. Like,
they're like flirting and like, you know.
Yeah,
like,
but then
they get their throats slit, but like.
But then the man comes in after he's like, you know, he was downstairs for a little bit. He comes back upstairs and he's like, babe, you smell something? And I really.
He's like, did you shit the bed again, babe? It's okay. It's okay, honey. I'll clean it. See, that's how I would read it. It's like he's a good husband, and he was ready to clean up her dookie.
No, it sounded accusatory at first.
Babe, you smell something? And then he looks at his hand covered in blood. He's like,
wet, swampy ass.
No, I imagine, because he turns on the light and sees blood. He's like, oh, are you on your period?
See, if we were spoofing, that would have been so good.
But she's like, oh my god, I am on my period. And then her throat slits. Like, oh, I'm also dying, though. I am also dead. I don't know if you noticed that. I am dead.
And he's like, ew.
Ew, throat period? Ew, your thrusty's freaking bloody right now? I can't do that tonight, babe. Go sleep in the tub again.
You might as well just give me head.
Give me head in the tub, because I don't want you getting the sheets wet again.
Right.
But
here's the towel.
But actually, her throat is slit, and then his throat gets slit.
No, he dies.
He dies. But they sell the painting at an estate sale. Mm-hmm. And it's super expensive because they got it at a charity auction.
Yeah.
So Sam and Dean are pretending to know art. They're looking at the painting. They're not sure if this is like the thing that killed the couple, but they're like, this is a creepy painting that we're looking at. Mm-hmm. And Debbie Ryan walks there. Her name's Sarah Marshall? No, that's the movie with Priscilla in it.
Yeah, that's
what's her name? Sarah?
I don't know her last name. It's just Sarah. It's just Sarah
Matthews. No, it's Meg Matthews. It doesn't matter. It's Meg Masters. It doesn't matter. Her name's Sarah. But she's like Sarah walking Brunette down girl. In an elegant like black dress. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, it seems like I don't know the trilogy uses. But she's like saying art stuff, and Sam's like correcting her art stuff. He's like, oh, but you knew that. You just wanted to see if I knew that. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, sorry for testing you. And Dean's like watching all this like, yeah, my brother's gonna get laid.
And he's getting hard. Because for some reason he just loves watching Sam get his fucking dick wet. I don't know what it is about this man.
He's living vicariously through him.
Yeah, because he knows that he is not straight.
Yeah, he's like, oh, man, I wish I could be attracted to a woman like that.
Right. Like, he actually sees, like, Sam take an interest in this woman and how he, like, averts her gaze and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, damn, could not be me because I need a dick in my ass.
Also, like, I like their banter a lot. I thought they were cute. Mm-hmm. Sam and Sarah, like, the way they're, like, kind of chatting.
No, they're cute.
Yeah, they're cute. It's a nice woman of the week.
Generally memorable compared to other of the women's of the weeks.
I would say so too.
But like they do have a way of making, I think, some of these women feel so flat. Like I don't. I
think the way they give her personality is, so Sam and Sarah go on a date. That happens kind of immediately after this, which I don't know how they have a phone number, but whatever. Sam asks her on a date, and while they're at the restaurant, that's like a super fancy restaurant, the waiter hands him, the wine list, and Sam's like paging through, like, I don't fucking know what type of wine to get. And then Sarah goes, I think I want a beer. And then Sam's like, oh, a woman after my own heart, beer. He goes on a date, and it actually goes really well, but he doesn't open up to her fully.
Right.
Which I kind of wish.
Shy.
Yeah, he's being a little bit more, mysterious. But they're trying to get these records showing all the items from the estate sale. And they find out that the painting has been tied to, like, families that have gotten murdered. Mm-hmm. So Sam immediately is like, oh, we're gonna buy that painting. Please tell me where it is. And it ends up getting sold. No, it doesn't get sold yet. So
No, it does.
No, remember they break into the art gallery. Or they break into the stage.
This is before they said they were going to buy it. They go into the warehouse first, and they think that they've got it, because they break into it, and then they cut the painting out of the frame.
Did you notice this about the scene?
What?
It is one of the most intense sequences.
That's what I said.
Why? They are using, like...
Y'all watch this scene on 1.5 first.
Oh,
because like I said, I watched all of these scenes after I was inebriated. I watched these episodes on 1.5 speed, and this scene on 1.5 goes fucking crazy. It's so good. I loved it so much. Well, and then watch it normally.
I will say, even normally, I was like, what's happening?
They were feeling their Charlie Angel's oats.
But they're
the last episode, or a couple episodes before that, and then this one.
But they're like spider monkeying over the, like...
That's what I'm talking about.
Like the fucking music, and they're wearing gloves and stuff. They're like running in, and like they're ripping the picture out of the frame with a knife, and they're like, and then they like set it on fire, and they're standing over it like it's like an album cover.
I think it was genuinely Dean's suggestion to be like, let's feel like burglar, art stealers, like we are the night at the museum. We're stealing the Declaration of Independence.
Well, Dean is into comics, so I'm wondering if he was like, this is my Catwoman moment, and he was like, I want to go in there.
It was definitely his idea.
But then later on, they break into an active crime scene where an old woman died, and it's not as intense. They don't wear gloves or anything. That's like way later in the show, in the episode. But I'm like, where was this?
Right.
Like, where was the intensity for?
It was the art warehouse gig. They had to get into the.
I fucking guess so.
Of it.
I was just so like, okay, we're getting intense here.
Right.
But anyway, so they think that like, we have destroyed the painting, so we're all good. Haha. Painting obviously comes back because it's a ghost painting. They do that. But the painting gets sold to an old woman, kills her.
But the way that, because the villain slashes throats, the way that I had to go back and write this down, the way that the turtleneck is still like partly over her chin, and the throat is slashed like in the middle of the turtleneck, so the turtleneck is just like still like hanging on right between him, in between her slit throat. That
it's like art. But Sam and Dean think it is the dad. And because people thought that he killed his family, he was, like, put into, like, a basically anonymous grave, which they find and they burn in salt. And I feel bad for him because he didn't do anything wrong. He's literally trying to save people. But then they go back to where the painting is, and Sam and Sarah are stuck. And the little girl is trying to kill them with the razor blade. And then Dean has to go and set the doll that she had on fire that had her hair in it. But he can't get into the little box that she's in, so he's like stabbing at it, he's punching at it, and then he's like about to walk out to go grab something.
It's like, come on, Dean!
And then he starts just shooting.
Pulls out his gun, shoots it.
Which I loved. And then obviously
Silly Dean!
Duh! And then he starts shooting at it.
Yeah.
But then Sam saves Sarah, and they're on top of each other, and it's kind of hot.
I wrote the way her pussy lips were quivering when he jumped on her.
That's crazy. You could hear him pop open.
No, literally. Her lips, she was going like... And then, her other set was doing the same.
Obviously, Sam has to say goodbye, but not without a passionate PG-14 kiss. So
I was going to say, that kiss had a little...
It was passionate.
To it.
And it's his first kiss since Jess, I think.
No, right?
Well, other than the ghost that, like, sexually assaulted him. Oh, and Meg sexually assaulting him.
Yeah. Cash.
Anyways, episode 20. I didn't write the name of this one.
Dead Man's Blood.
Dead Man's Blood.
Okay.
So, vampires are not like other vampires. They don't die from sunlight.
Right.
And they only die from beheading.
Right.
That's the only
They're trying to be so different with this fucking vampire. Because around this time, I think, is when vampires really started to kick off.
Yeah.
Like, you've got... I mean, I guess Twilight was either being published or, I mean, the movie hadn't been made yet.
Yeah.
You got Vampire Diaries. You got True Blood.
2006?
I don't know, but all of these are in the works, right?
Yeah.
At the very least. So a lot of vampire lore.
But I do love their teeth. Instead of having the fangs, they have a full set of almost shark teeth drop down and like come up when they're feeding, which I think is cool because it adds a little bit more uniqueness to their vampires.
Right.
John is in this episode.
Yeah, he's in this episode a lot. So basically, what happens is they start with John's friend, who is killed by the group of vampires, and he has this. When he's killed, we find out that he has this gun that's really important. We don't know why yet, but it's called the Colt, and it's John later on eventually tells the boys that it's you can kill any kind of supernatural being with it. Yeah, but then so the vampires come and kill Elkins. And that's how the boys get to town. But then turns out John is also in town. So they link up. They're like, oh my God, hey Dad, what's up? John knocks on the window, like, at the car, just like casually.
Hey. Also, John ruins the vibe the whole time.
Immediately.
Like, he just doesn't slot in the way that, like, the two boys work together. And I think that's, like, on purpose, is that, like, he's supposed to kind of be ruining the vibe, because he's like, I'm not telling you guys anything, but also, you guys should listen to me, no matter what I say. Which obviously causes problems, because Sam's like, why are we doing it this way? And John's like, 'cause I said so. And it's like, okay. But Dean the whole time's like, it's starting again, isn't it? And he's like,
Mom and Dad. What?
And he literally is like, no, you're gonna start again. And I'm like, Dean, Jesus Christ.
He really is doing too much.
And like, oh, it's starting again, isn't it, Sammy? Like, you're about to start fighting with Dad because he's being an asshole.
Right. And so the vampires, they've got this own little group that they're trying. They're trying to make some new fledgling vampires.
Couple gets abducted.
They get kidnapped, and they're immediately like, that guy's kind of boring, even with his Dan Flash's shirt. And they're like, kill him, and they all suck his blood out.
In
literally
front of his girlfriend.
Yeah, and they're like, the girlfriend's like kind of cute though, and kind of interesting, so we're gonna keep her alive and maybe turn her into a vampire.
Right. But at the head of the vampire clan is this vampire couple that love to have vampire sex.
Who looks like Michael Reeves from... Oh my god. From Hadestown.
Reeve Carney?
Yeah. Sorry, not Michael Reeves.
Who the fuck is Michael
Reeves? Is a person, though. I don't know who he is. But he looks like Reeve Carney a little bit to me. If you, like, put them side by side, I think they look a little bit alike. But that might just be because white people...
right. Okay.
Anyways, yeah, so, you know...
The vampire clan is making these fledglings, and while they got the girl, and she's watching them have vampire sex. Yeah. The fact that whenever they are having
vampire sex,
they're vampire sexing it up in front of her, and she's like, I want to give you the high of your life, and then she's turning the other girl into the vampire.
Oh god, this part.
She slits her blood. She slits her wrist and puts her blood in her mouth, and then comes over to Miss Girl, and Baby Bird feeds her the blood.
Oh my god.
That was hot.
No, we have such different views on that. I don't like...
That was hot.
Someone's fluid from their mouth going in my mouth.
Fluid is not...
So that scene genuinely gave me, like, heartburn. Like, I felt disgusted. Like, we have such different views on that. Oh my god, and it literally is leaking out of her mouth. It makes me want to throw up.
It's so beautiful.
But yeah, so then we have the cult. That's the important part. We have the cult, and that's what we're going to try to use to kill the demon, the yellow-eyed demon. So that gives us the two-parter season finale.
Right.
Episode 21 is named Salvation.
Work.
So...
Stained glass window. I keep thinking about it. It was so pretty.
Oh yeah.
The one that Meg is behind Meg, and then also it's like lighting. I bet that production design was tearing that up.
I'm sure they were probably so excited.
The locations manager was like,
oh, yes.
This is
beautiful.
Sexy.
They're like, oh my god, wait, imagine the shot. And they're like, oh my god, yes.
No, the lighting people are like...
But so Meg, our demon, shows up at a church, and she's talking to Pastor Jim, who we know knows the Winchesters because Sam and Dean...
Sometimes you forget, like I did.
Well, Sam and Dean had to stay at his place during the Striga episode after Dean fucked up. So the pastor's trying to help her because she seems like a, forlorn girl.
With a fuck-ass wig that makes her look like Dollar General He-Man.
Dude, she literally looks like Coconut Head from Ned's Declassified.
It's embarrassing.
But so Pastor Jim is like, no, like, sinners, like, our salvation is for sinners. And she's like, I slit a man's throat. And he's like, oh, damn it, you are a demon. So he starts running down his, like, little hallway. And he gets down to his basement that has hella guns. Vannah was next to me, and I was literally like, Jesus Christ, with how many guns and, like, blades and machetes.
I bet John set that up for him.
Also, we think that Pastor Jim and John have, like, a little thing, because, well, something that happens a little later.
I know.
They most definitely did. But, so, Meg goes down there, kills him, bleh, sad. They are... Sam, Dean, John are driving, and John literally swerves off the side of the road and gets out of his car. He's like, damn it! Oh my god! Oh my god! And he's like walking around, and he's like, Dad, what's wrong? Dad, what's going on? And he's like, Pastor Jim, he's dead. And it's literally the most emotion we've ever seen from John. And I genuinely think
until the last episode, when he's like...
But it's just the fact that I'm like, you didn't even react this way when Sam brings up that, like, you didn't come when Dean was on the verge of death.
Right.
But this man that we've only heard about twice, and you're like, fuck. God, Pastor Jim. And I'm like, who? What?
That's how he knows.
You don't even talk about Mary this way, brother. No, like, what are you fucking talking about? But, so anyways, they're like... They figure out that before the yellow-eyed demon shows up at certain places, he has, like, a list of signs. It's, like, cattle death, locust, or something.
Electrical storms,
and some other stuff. But they realize Salvation, Ohio, which Vannah checked, does not exist.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, so does not exist. So they're getting ready to go there because it's starting to show all the signs. And... John tells the boys to get a list of all the infants that are about to turn 6 months old. Can I just say, if they were found with that list, how hard is that to explain to the cops?
I mean, there's a lot of hard things to explain, but that one would definitely be about everything in their existence, but that would definitely be up there.
Like, I feel like that would be like no, officer, I promise it's not what it looks like. Then what is it? And it's like... We do need that list, but that's not why we need the list. It's like, okay, well, you guys are fucking creeps, and I'm gonna take you in.
Yeah, I don't really know how they managed to accomplish that.
Yeah. But, so Sam, obviously, as he's walking, gets his headache, and starts seeing visions. And also, the way he does it, the way he grabs his fucking forehead is the exact same way I do it when I get my migraines. That's, like, the exact... I'm like, ugh.
And you don't get your visions of demons... like, acting a fool?
I almost wish I did, because then it would be worth it, because at least, like, something's happening.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm not just, like, I don't need to just sit in a dark closet for, like, 10 hours. But yeah, so he starts getting visions, and he's figuring out, who's about to die, because he can tell the mom that is in the dress that is apparently deemed for death.
The woman in white, girl.
They all have to wear this white, like, Ebenezer Scrooge gown. Because that means that they're going to die. Because Jess, Mary, and this fucking woman...
candlestick as they walk down the hallway to their baby's nursery.
But, so, he sees a woman wearing the fucking gown. And he sees her, like, go to her nursery. And she ends up getting pinned to the wall. Not the wall, the ceiling. And, like, dies from flames. But then, as he's walking, he literally sees her walking by. And, like, goes up and, like, I moved down the street. Oh,
hey Monica, I'm Sam. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, and at what?
Oh my God, your baby.
No, literally, like, what a gorgeous baby. I'm like, Sam, if she finds that list on you, you're done. If I'm a mother, I'm unloading a clip in you. He figures out who it is. John's like, what? How come?
I'm supposed to believe this. Why?
Yeah, which I'm like,
girl, just believe it.
And also,
like
Sam is fully explaining, I have been getting visions. Da.
And John's like, why didn't you call me? Girl, we did. We got your voicemail. The voicemail box is now full.
This part, I think, is when Dean kind of flips a little bit.
Right. Because
he literally tells John, he's like, you didn't show up when I was on the verge of death.
Right.
And Sam was calling you a shit ton during that.
Mm-hmm.
So with you, it's like, he literally says, it's like winning the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I never know if you're going to fucking pick up. And then John's like, yeah, I guess you're right, I'm a bad dad. Anyways. And John's like,
at least he's self-aware now.
Yeah, he's just like, I can't fight against that. Yeah, you're right, I am kind of shit.
So true, queen.
Sam and John have a conversation about, like, you know, how he was saving money up for their college and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he says that he used it all on ammo. And Sam, like, and John have a little moment where they laugh. And I'm like, this is not a laughing matter. This man has ruined Joel's life because of his obsession with killing the thing that killed Mary. This is not like oh, Dad, what a silly guy. Like, he used this money that could have helped you achieve your dreams.
Right.
To buy more ammo.
They should take that snippet and, like, put it in the most, like, pro-gun, like, ad about sons and...
You don't need to go to a liberal college. You need ammo.
Right.
It's actually what you need.
Oh my God, Dad, you're so right.
Because Meg tells John, because she calls Sam and is like...
Just call Taylor up.
Yeah. And she calls Sam and is like, get your dad on the phone. And she kills Caleb, a guy that we kept hearing the boys mention every once in a while. But she slits his throat on the phone, and Meg tells John, bring me the Colt, or everyone that you've met, loved, cared about, hung out with will die. And I'll keep, letting you know when I kill them. So John's obviously like, well, we gotta do that, even though we know that the yellow-eyed demon's gonna be here and get Monica's daughter. I'm gonna get a fake Colt, because that's obviously gonna work with an entity.
Right.
John leaves the real Colt with Sam and Dean so that they can kill the yellow-eyed demon when it comes to get Rosie, Monica's daughter, who is 6 months old. So he goes off with the, fake Colt. But before he does, he tells the boys that he wants this to be over, and he's, not that obsessed. And he goes, I want Sam to go to school. And he's like, and I want Dean to have a home. But he has this pause that it seems like John is actually thinking, I want Dean to get the fuck out of my house.
No, he's reaching for something to say about Dean, and he's like, I want you to leave my basement.
Yeah,
Dean, you're 27. You have no prospects, no marriage.
It just feels so Sam actually has hobbies, but to Dean he's like, to have a home?
Be gay?
Homo. That's what he meant.
Right.
To have a homo relationship, because I do support you, even though I'm a bad dad.
Right.
But it's just very, it's just the way it's acted. It's really funny to me. So he meets up with Meg, and this man emerges from the back, and he just, kind of just walks out of the darkness, and John goes, who's that? And I just really wanted Meg to go, I have no clue. I have no clue who is that. But she's like, it's just one of my guys. Or whatever.
Yeah. Once again.
But he gives Meg the Colt. She gives it to the guys, like, is this legit? Or whatever. And then he shoots Meg. And she's like, you shot me! Bitch, you've been slitting people's throats all season. Shut up.
Right, diva.
But then he uses the holy water to, spray on them and, tries to run away. But they end up getting him somehow. Sam and Dean save the baby from getting murdered in the family.
Literally snatches that baby, the second before that crib lights on.
Yeah, literally, it was Dean picked it up, crib was on fire.
That was me with my cat. Whenever my house caught on fire.
Really?
I it up.
Good for you. But yeah, so Sam and Dean save them, and then they're trying to get in touch with Dad, but they realize, actually, Meg's got dad.
Meg's got him.
Yeah. So that's and then we're on to the final episode.
We're on to the finale.
Woo!
So when they're trying to plan to figure out what to do, they're like, we're going to need some help. Because we don't want to lure the demon to us without backup. We don't want to go to them without backup. So they go to, guess what? Intro, Bobby!
First time we get to see Bobby. Literally.
Freaking love Bobby.
Fan favorite.
That is my boy. And Bobby's dog, who I just found out's name was...
Rumsfeld.
What the fuck even is that?
Dude, I don't have a clue. I'm not an alcoholic.
See, this is why Bobby is gay, though. Because no straight bitch would name their dog Rumsfeld.
Also, I hate that the dog literally lasts an episode. We never see this dog.
Right.
Again. Which sucks.
Wait, confirmed, though? Because I thought I saw in another one.
Oh, I thought Meg killed it.
I also was confused because I'm like,
that is the problem with the shows, that they don't...
Am I thinking about Hagrid's dog and Harry Potter?
They are very similar looking dogs.
No, they are.
Big,
but the
dogs.
big, what's it called?
Mastiff?
It might be a Mastiff. Okay, yeah, no, it is. Okay,
I was like, I could have sworn it was.
I thought it was maybe like a boxer mix.
It's too,
the body's too skinny.
Yeah, the body's too big.
Yeah. Oh, so sweet. Bobby dog, R.I.P. So anyways, yeah, we get into Bobby's house and Bobby's telling them about, all these, or they're learning these new things that they can do in order to trap a demon. They learn about more Latin incantations. They learn about the devil's trap. They learn about, all these things. Mm-hmm. So, and Bobby's just bestowing his sweet little wisdom onto them.
His gay little
wisdom. So, pretty much immediately, Meg comes up in that bitch.
Yeah.
And starts, tipping it out with the boys, right? Throws Dean into a wall somewhere. And she starts, sassing them, backing them up, further into the house. And guess what? She gets trapped by the devil's trap that's above her.
Also,
diva.
So originally the devil's trap is, 2 rings filled with, different, writing on it. And then it has, overlapping pentagrams and, a giant, super realistic scorpion in the middle. And then later on, we just get some sigils.
No, exactly. Pentagram.
And because it looks gorgeous, the original devil's trap. Later on, they're
get lazy.
It's a circle and it's a pentagram.
And also with the Latin incantations thing, because why is Sam pulling out the full fucking 5-paragraph essay for this episode, but then every demon exorcism after that,
it's 2 sentences.
2 to 3 sentences.
Yeah.
It's like how my college career went.
He's literally flipping the pages on this book that he's reading as he's doing it.
My first discussion post, my second discussion post. That's how
this is
went.
This.
So they're exercising her, trying to get information about whether John is alive or whether he's dead, whatnot. And then she's, just tossing it back and forth. They're having a diva off, okay? And then we find out Bobby's like, guys, there's a girl in there. She could be alive.
Which I'm like, how are you guys... What do you think possession is?
Right.
And Dean's like, there's a girl in there? Hey, man. Look at her.
Do you think a demon, looks like that?
Yeah,
in hell?
I don't know. To me, I'm just like, Dean... You're around this stuff all the time.
They're really stupid. Anyway, so while they're doing this and discussing, they start to have the conversation about whether they're going to keep Meg alive or not, which is wildly inappropriate.
Because what are you supposed to do to keep her alive with the demon in her? Because the demon's the only thing keeping her alive. Bobby says that.
Right.
So...
But why are we even thinking about keeping this demon in a dead body? Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Meg cannot consent, and she has not been consenting.
Right.
So, why are we taking that option away from her?
Girl.
Dean makes Sam exercise her completely after they get the information that they need from... But go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, there's this moment where Meg is, in the chair right before he exercises her. And, they're debating about whether they should let her live or not. And, Dean, turns around and he's like, there's a girl in there? and then she, like, turns around and she's, like, twitching, like, the way the camera cuts is, like, it looks like she's about to, they're gonna turn it on her and she's gonna be, like, doing the Macarena or something. Like, it's so confusing. Anyways. But yeah, they learn this information, they're like, okay, now we can work with that.
So they know where John is now.
So they go to this place where he is in this apartment building and it has a bunch of kids in it, blah, blah, blah. They get through it. They dress as firefighters because Sam pulls the fire alarm, and they manage to get to the room where no one has left the building, or where they haven't left the building, which they've determined are the demons. And yeah, I was just thinking about 911 the whole time. Shout out Ronnie. They take off their little fire suits and they go get John, because John's tied up spread eagle on the fucking bed like he just got ran through.
Why did they do that?
Right, that's a good question.
Like,
I think Meg had her way with him.
Dude, she's getting all the Winchesters. Right. She's gotta chill out. But then he goes, "Good boys. Good boys." I don't know if you saw that or noticed that. He literally, like, while he's tied up.
Good boys. Good boys.
Good boys, John. But they get out.
And then the gay boy the gay boy demon who shot Meg from the last episode comes out and is punching the fuck out of Sam. Like, literally, like, yeah.
Dean uses a bullet from the cult.
Right.
And we already wasted one trying to shoot the yellow-eyed demon, and he, like, vanished. So, like, we've used two, like, for no fucking reason. Because, like, I think Dean could have pushed that guy off, but instead he shot him.
Right.
So, like, that kind of pisses me off. But then, so John and all of them go back to the cabin that they were at.
Cabin in the woods.
And John's like, "I'm proud of you for shooting that demon, like, Dean, because that could have killed Sam." And then Dean's literally like, "You would have never been proud of me."
That was a trick question.
I just love the demon is, like, surprised, like, "Oh, your dad wouldn't have been proud of you for saving your brother's life?" It's like, no, like,
Bro, are you okay? Like, he sounds, like, mad abusive.
Like, dude, I'm a demon, I literally torture people, like, your dad kind of fucking sucks.
We need to unpack that. Okay?
Yeah, so
let's talk about it.
Now, like, Dean is trying to shoot his dad because he's like, but he can't pull the trigger because obviously it's John, and, like, for some reason they care about John. But then Sam immediately is, like, behind Dean, is like, "What's going on?" And it's like,
right.
No, wait, Dad wouldn't have been proud of you. He would have been mad. So they're having this whole situation where, like, the yellow-eyed dude is like, "You got me." Also, John's voice is kind of hot when he's possessed by the demon.
Sexy. It's like real country.
Ooh. Yeah. He's like, "Boy." And I'm like, "Ooh, boy." Calling me boy. But he pushes them up against the wall. It's like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you, Dean. Nah. But then he, like, goes to Sam's like, "I'm not gonna kill you, though, because you're kind of my favorite. And, like, I kind of have plans for you because I like you, Sammy."
Hinting at the future season.
Yeah, which is awesome. I thought it was a good, like, you know, boop, boop. But yeah, so then Sam is like, I think Sam's able to fight.
Well, because John actually, like, pushes through his hold for a second after he's already tore up Dean's chest.
Yeah,
it's like he is the worst father. Like, why? you can push.
It's only when it's Sam.
If it were Sam, one scratch. Oh no,
I can't hurt my boys.
Right, but Dean is fucked the hell up, and he, as soon as that's done, he breaks through and he's like, "No, I can't." And then when he does, he loses it for a second, and Sam pops over and grabs the colt. And the eye demon comes back, and he's like, "You're not gonna shoot me because, you know, Daddy's in here." And Sam's like, "I know." And then he shoots his leg so that he's able to at least
so 3 bullets.
Startle him.
So we used 3 bullets so far.
So then Johnny's on the ground. He's, like, gritting his teeth. Is like, and it looks like he's about to sneeze for, like, the longest time.
That part is rough.
It is kind of painful, and not just because baby boy Dean's on the floor. Yeah. The acting is all over the place.
Dean is begging Sam not to shoot John. John's literally like, "Kill me. He's in here. I'm holding him back. Kill me now. Kill me now." And Sam's just like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
But then the demon leaves, so we don't even get an option.
Right.
So all of them get into the car and are driving off. They're like, but we still have the Colts, Dad. Like, we still have a chance to kill him. And then John's like, we don't even know where he went. He's literally like busted up in the passenger seat. He got shot.
He got scratched.
And then I think one of the best finales, as they're talking, a truck, like a semi-truck, fully plows into them, fully T-bones them, and that's how we end the season. Which is I just think fantastic. I think it's such a good way to end it.
Right, it's just like that one Glee episode.
But the first season, I think, is very fun. They don't have a lot of budget, so they get creative. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's season 1 of Supernatural.
Yeah, I really love this season. I think I forgot how much I love it.
Yeah, I think it gets overshadowed a lot.
It does, because there are a lot of kind of halfway characters. Like, you want to be invested, but you know they're not going to come back. So why are we invested? And this is really just the beginning of all of the enticing things that are yet to come. So I feel like I don't know. I that's why it gets overshadowed. But overall, it is such good writing, such a good exposition. You already know these characters so well, the main ones, not the minor ones. If you could bring back one of the worthless characters from season 1, the ones that they abandoned.
Oh man,
who would you bring back?
Weird answer. The kid from Bugs.
Okay.
Because I think the way that he and Sam are so similar, but in opposite ways, of that kid being in a family that's very normal, but he's a weirder kid. Mm-hmm. And then Sam being... Though I will say Max would have been a good addition too. I would have liked to see Max really working with them and helping with his telekinesis powers, and him and Sam having a brotherly relationship, and maybe Dean being able to accept supernatural stuff through Max and Sam would have been nice.
Yeah.
But I always think about that kid from Bugs a lot, that if only he was able to be a part of a family that was weirder, he might have been able to flourish a little bit more, and that would have been kind of cute to see.
Yeah.
What do you think? I think Cassie deserves better.
I was I think I'd bring back Cassie, but not necessarily to be with Dean, but just to I don't know, have a nice reconnect. Yeah, you actually were way too good for me, girl. We need to move on.
And I don't think the writers could write Cassie well enough. Mm-mm. They can tend to only write men or women that are very masculine.
Right.
So I would stay away from any of the women, because I'm I don't think they deserve to go through that. They already went through one episode. They don't need to keep going through it.
Right.
But write down who you guys would want to add.
Yes, if you got to the end.
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
This has been a long one. I literally have to work at 8 a.m. and it's past midnight. Thank you guys so much for listening. We know it's been a little bit. Also, Supernatural 20th.
Yes, happy 20th anniversary, Supernatural. I literally got this shirt when I was 14, 15. I was a lot skinnier. It was during my skinny moment. And I just can't imagine what my life would have been like without it.
The shirt or Supernatural?
Both.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Because I really do feel like this shirt has impacted. No, it was boxed away for years and years.
See, that was made for me 10 years ago. That. This show has been a pretty big part of, I think, a lot of people's lives. So if it was a big part of your life, comment.
Yes, like and subscribe.
And
wait for the next one, because there will be a season 2,
and also shorter.
Hopefully.
All right, bye, y'all. All right.
Wait, I'm a jerk.
And I'm a bitch.
And that was the Jerk and Bitch podcast.